How are you all? I've not been up long, so I've been a lazy boy. It's a Saturday morning. I've just come down to the pond and I just wanted to show you something. It's work what I wanted to do. If you remember, on one of my previous videos, I made a spawning net out of some shading, a cane, shading, shade cloth, the green shade cloth that you go on buildings and stuff, quite light, and I've shredded it and I put a weight at the bottom, a fishing weight. Come out this morning and I want to show you this. I've only put it back in a day. It's been in 24 hours, or about 48 hours, it hasn't been warm enough. And I've noticed, right, you know what, this might be time. So let me turn you around. I want to show you what I'm seeing. I'm fine, and some spawning's going on. There's the net in the corner. I noticed a fish, or a couple of fish in there, and I thought maybe one's caught. But after sitting here for 5 minutes and watching them, definitely not the case. The shower's gone off, 'cause it's that time of day. It goes off about 11 o'clock. If I zoom you in, oops, there's the cane, and there's the fish. And as you can see, they've got themselves into a bit of a frenzy. Because of that, they've kicked up a lot of muck, as they do. And what I suspect is that the big chagoy that I got is a female. And look at them all in that corner. They're absolutely loving that. And that's the only reason I put that net in. Now some might say, well, why do you want to promote them doing that? Because it's messing your pond up, and they're going to get a bit foamy, a bit messy, and a bit smelly and whatever. But I want them to experience a little bit of a natural life as well. And here's the chag. So I think that pretty much confirms that, I'm not 100% sure, but that the chag is female, which would be great if it is. Because female fish are more expensive because they can breed. So yeah, they're really chasing around now with excitement in there. So basically what I wanted to do, I wanted every season to put that net in for a period of a couple of weeks. As soon as I sit here, the wind picks up, just to give them the opportunity to get rid of some sperm, get rid of the eggs, because then it gets their body and that process going, as opposed to a koi maybe not releasing eggs and getting egg bound. So that's my method in me mythology, or my thought pattern. I don't know, do you guys promote it just for the sheer sake of just promoting it? If I should get eggs on that netting, I don't know what I'll do with it. I have got some areas in my pond still, you know, my greenhouse at the bottom of the garden, where I could take the net out and shake the net in, the eggs in, and have fry, I suppose. Do I go down that route, or do I just leave them in there for them to then eat the fry? Probably. So I don't know, I will see. But there's the pond. It's not the I think the actual UV and plants are struggling to keep up at the moment. It normally does get a bit of a bloom in summer. It's not a real massive powerful UV, and I've got the plant filter, but you know, yeah, it's nice to have gin clear water and stuff, but you know, just because water is not crystal clear like tap water doesn't mean it's healthy. So they're obviously loving life at the moment. This one that you can see bombing around, it's got a circle on its head. Ooh, bless you. It's amazing that just putting a bit of net in there has promoted this. Incredible, absolutely incredible. So they think it's grasses. Reeds or grasses, whatever in a natural pond. That's what they think that is. And like I say, it's just that shade net, and I've just sliced it all the way down into strips. It's open-ended, so it's not looped, so fish can't go in and get caught. It is open-ended, so like slithers, like that, like curtains. But then at the bottom, I've just got a big fishing weight, like a feeder. Swim feeder weight type thing. So this is an experience for me as well. This is the first time I've had it in my pond. I've never seen this activity in my pond at all. I think this pond is about might be about 6 years old now. So here's the yeah, that's it. So they're all congregating. Shaggy's took a knock on her head as well at some point in the last couple of weeks, I've noticed. Here's the one with the thing on its head. Gotta get that out at some point. Oh yeah, exciting. I think that pretty much confirms the Shaggy is a female, I think. She's got a belly on her, a big lump, that sort of shape. Surprising how they go into this state where you're not scaring them or anything. They're just that focused on what they want to do. right behind there now, right behind. So they really are getting themselves worked up. Oh, there's eggs, there's eggs. You can see eggs, all the eggs there. Sure, they was eggs, they look like tiny clear marbles. So again. I have tried to get some underwater footage, but because it's a touchscreen, I've probably got to turn the touchscreen settings off. It records for a short amount of time and then it just moves over to something else and turn the sound off or what have you. So, but anyway, I'm going to leave them to it, have some breakfast, probably sit there and watch them. There is a slight more of a smell to the pond, so the action has definitely happened, and there are definitely eggs on this net because I've seen them stuck to it, so it's all stuck to the net. So these are probably enjoying actually eating them, probably feasting on them like caviar. Just pecking at them, look. Now I don't know whether they're fertilised or not, but I'll just leave them to it for a bit and some breakfast and come back in a bit and have a look, see what's going on. And I'll just touch on, because this is probably going to take over this week's video, to give you a sneaky peek. There's my RO unit, there's the pressure gauge, it's on at the moment, it's on a solenoid valve, so it comes on 8 times a day for an hour. And there's where it comes into the pond. Pure water, hopefully a zero from about TD at 0. Yeah, they're still having lots of fun. Cutting a long story short, that really has served a purpose, so I'm really over the moon with that, because they're spawning, doing something that's natural. And you know, sometimes the males can bully the female for quite a long period, see them at her, chasing her around so they can get bruised and bumped and all sorts, so I will watch that. But I will leave them today. I think I'll leave them all today and go into the evening and see what happens, and hopefully they calm down a bit, and then once the activity stops, I'll take a choice, no decision on that, on what to do with the eggs, whether just to leave them there, shake them off and let them go into the pond, or just going to let them peck at them and eat them, or whether to take them out and put them down the garden there, in the indoor grow somewhere. I'm probably going to be struggling with that, to be honest with you, because my smaller grow on tank in the bottom, or what I'm going to call the hospital pond now, has got that fish in there, the tancho, the cheaper tancho that I had. And the one that I had on the video the other week is the one that I did that video on, treating that horrible ulcerous type wound on the side there. So that I've salted that pond, but what it's done is now it really has cleaned it off. It's took all the scales off. It must have took a good couple of mil of its outer skin. Really has. It looks really nasty, but it looks really clean. So it is open. I cleaned it yesterday and put some propolis on it, and hopefully I've put more salt in the pond at the bottom as well, so hopefully that now will just aid it. It'll be warmer in there as well. Hopefully that will aid it to get to heal up. So I'll leave that to it now down there, and if it doesn't, you know, it doesn't, and I might lose a fish there, but hopefully it won't. It will come back. Now it's in that pond. So if I were to, so I would have to move that one now if I wanted to put the eggs in there. I wanted to give them a chance. I have got two on smaller fry tanks actually that I bought, so I might have a play about with them and just set them in there. But it's not got a circulation pump, which I don't think at this point you have to worry too much about them. You can put air through air filters, them ones that blow air through, so I might just set them up in there and actually put them in there and just sit it in there, see what happens for the next few weeks. Thanks for watching, hope you're all okay. Happy ponding. To conclude this week's video, it's now 4 o'clock in the afternoon and they have definitely settled down. I had a breather. All the excitement stopped a few hours ago. There was probably thrashing about for about another hour. I scooped quite a lot of foam out of this. They've definitely you know, been fertilising and stuff like that, and I've taken the, well, not taking the net out, but I've lifted it up and I've got one of these nets, and they've got like marbles in the bottom, and that is probably a drop of about 2 foot. So the net is in there, look, so nothing can get in. I don't want a fish to jump in and get trapped, so I've just put that in there, and we've definitely eggs on the net. So I just thought I would conclude this video and just show you what I've done with them, and yes, I will just see kind of what happens with them, just out of interest. See if there's some fry in there. I'll soon see them swimming around in the next week or two. So it's just a little mess about. I don't think I will put them in my grow at the bottom. I think I'll just leave them in there and see what happens. I'll probably have to keep agitating that net so all the muck don't get on it, you know what it's like. So I'll leave them in there and see. So they're all settled down. There's the chagoy. Skimmer's starting to collect all the foamy stuff now. You can see it going in. I might turn the flow up a bit. Happy days, it's done the trick. I'm well pleased. So hopefully now, like I say, I did this purely so the chagoy or any female koi don't get egg bound, because anybody that has female koi knows it's a real risk and it can be a killer. If eggs stay within their body, they can stay there and sort of ferment and go off, and then that can then give them an internal infection, and then that can make them quite ill, and it can also kill them. Probably doesn't happen as much in nature, I don't know. Like I say, this is just my own kind of brain thinking that in nature they probably won't have those sort of issues, because in nature it's natural for them to spawn like this every year, and they've obviously got weeds and stuff like that, and places within shallower places in natural ponds and things like that, and in the wild, and where the water gets warmer, and that promotes spawning, and then that promotes what has happened today. And you know, I don't know whether it's pure coincidence. I don't think it is. You read up how to spawn koi and things like that, and you will see that you can buy spawning brushes, the big green brushes, just throw them in and that promotes it. But I thought, you know, I'm not going to pay for them. I'll just shred some of that weed, you know, that net up, like I've already explained, and it's done the trick. I put it on early on the season, but I took it out. I put it in about a month ago, but you know, I clearly, you know, at the time the water wasn't getting warm enough. It was only like 12, 13, 14 degrees. Now it's in the 17 to 20s, and that seems to have done the trick. Hope you're okay. Thanks everybody. Goodbye.